Hey family, hope all is well. I wanted to come and just give like a raw talk, right? On this journey, right, as God's chosen people, right, we know that we are peculiar people. Um, Everybody is not gonna understand you, and you're gonna have to go through this journey being misunderstood. Um, and a lot of the times, people are going to arrive at their own conclusion of you, right? Before you even get a chance to explain, right? People are going to arrive at their own conclusion of you and who they think you are and what you're made of and how you move and how you think and why you do the things that you do, right? A lot of the times people aren't even going to give you a chance to explain, right? They're just going to look at you, look at how you move, and arrive at their own judgments, right? And you're going to have to be able to accept that, right? Because it's actually none of our business. When we think about it, it's actually none of our business what other people think of us. Um, our only concern should be what the Most High thinks of us. Right now, of course, we're human, right? We not all big and bad all the time. We're human, and we have emotions and we have feelings, and sometimes people's opinions may creep into our psyche and it may creep into our day to day. But as God's peculiar people, as the weird bunch, as the different bunch, we have to be okay with um, people arriving at their own opinions, and it's gonna be times where you just want to express your heart and express what's on your heart, express your feelings, and you're gonna be met with resistance by other people. You're not even gonna, and a lot of the times, it's not the other person. Don't take everything with a grain of salt, I'll say, but that's just the raw reality of it. People are they're going to make up their mind about you, and they're not going to give you a chance to explain, right? And sometimes that can make you feel lonely because sometimes you might just want to, pour out your heart, express your feelings, right? But sometimes you immediately get met with resistance. And that resistance lets you know, like, oh, okay, you have made up in your mind. You have your opinion of me, right? And you don't want to be told otherwise, basically. That's what that resistance tells you. That the other person doesn't want to be told otherwise. Excuse me, as these fireworks go off. But that's what that resistance will tell you is that, this person may have made up have come to their conclusion about you, without giving you a chance to explain, right? And sometimes it could leave you feeling a little sour, a little sour, a little sour patch kid after, because it's like sometimes you just want to express your feelings, but God uses those situations to let you know that that's what He wants you with Him. That vulnerability that you crave to express with other people, and that closeness that you want to feel with other people, you have to reserve that for Him. You got to reserve that for Him. And a lot of the times it hurts. It hurts because you want that. You may want that with another person. But if God hasn't opened that door yet and you're being met with resistance, you have to reserve that space for God. And it's hard, right? Because, God, we love God. Yes, we do. We love God, right? But God we can't touch Him, we can't feel Him, we can't see Him, right? So that's what makes this journey all the more exciting, of course. But sometimes you want to share that vulnerability and you want to express your feelings and express just what you got going on with somebody else, But as God's peculiar people, you have to know that a lot of the times you're going to be ostracized. And then it might not be out loud. It might just not be blatant, but you might get met with resistance, i.e., you may try to express your feelings or talk about what you have going on or your day to day, and you get met with resistance, um, and almost like you don't even get a turn to explain, right? Because people have made up their minds about you, right? They have you're peculiar, you're different, right? They kind of do one of these. It's one of those. They kind of just swat you away like a fly at times, right? But that's not for us. I know that sounds so just. I like to be honest, and I like to talk about the raw, like our raw emotions and our raw feelings on this journey. And I know that just felt like real. You don't have to. You don't have to. Right? Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. You don't have to take that and then go. Go wade in the water. You don't gotta go wade in the water and woe is me with it. But it's good to hear somebody else say it so you know that you're not alone. That's all. But yeah, you don't gotta go wade in the water and all that type of stuff. But that's the raw reality of the truth. A lot of the times it's gonna be one of these. Like what, because we are peculiar, but we have to accept ourselves for who we are and learn to reserve that vulnerability and that just that closeness that we want to feel, and that intimacy, that intimacy that we crave with other people that we may not always get on this journey. You have to reserve that for the Father until He sends like-minded individuals your way, so that you can share that with them. But for the most part, if you haven't reached that with the Most High, you have to reserve that space for Him. You have to reserve that space for Him and yourself. All right, so I hope that blessed y'all. I hope that was a warm hug for whoever needed it, to let you know that you're not alone, and to put some words to how you're feeling. All right, but I love y'all. Stay safe. Be blessed.